Hello, I did some reorganizing of the studio, changing things around. So I wanted to show you around. Really what was bothering me was this area over here was too cluttered. You might laugh looking at it now, but it was worse. It was just jammed, and I was finding that when I was going in to create, I just felt confined. So I got reorganized and I went and got like these little containers from Ikea. They're actually planters. And then these cute, same thing in the planter section at Ikea. And then this box fits the Poscas perfectly, and I like it better than the bag because I could just get to them really easily. And I got a new table at Ikea because I needed another table over here, which I'll show you. I've rearranged some of these drawers. This is that cart that I've shown you before, but still playing with that. I think I'm putting my Nova like cool colors in one drawer and warm colors in another. I'm playing with that idea. And then I have the Windsor gouache, which or the Holbein, the regular gouache, then the Turner gouache, and then the Holbein acryl gouache, and then the Turner acryl gouache I dumped in here, which that's embarrassing how many of those I have. Just because I can't help buying them when I see them. Okay, let's see, what else can I show you? And then I did some nice things for myself that I don't usually do. I don't know why, but I've got a candle going, and I've got a diffuser, and then I moved the bookcase over here. It was at the other end, and I've organized it with sketchbooks, and then my books about artists, some of my favorite artists here, and then my sort of floral inspiration books here. And then these are my like how-to books, so everything from lettering to how to draw which I don't even know if I've ever even opened these. I've had them for years. I seem to not want to illustrate. I just like to play with color. But some landscape books, and then just some little bitty panels that I stuck there. But then I organized the papers that are not watercolor on this side with bookends, and then these are the smaller watercolor papers. And I've got the larger, not the large, but the 11 by 14 wood panels there. And it just has a nicer flow. I still have my computer workstation here, but this is the part. So I put a bigger table, and then I save space by sticking the file cabinet in this is an amazing cabinet from Ikea. And let me just show you how I organize these drawers. And I don't, I'm not saying it's the right way, it's just maybe it's useful to you, but here's all the art that's related to classes. I just keep that art, I don't sell it. And then I have to scan and make prints, and then over here I have originals that are listed. And then I have a drawer called Keepers, which either could be things that are for licensing, or I have some landscapes in there that aren't done. Then this is the part I like. So when I start something with just a background, it'll go in this beginning. So like, let's say, I don't know, I'm not feeling all that energetic and I just want to paint some backgrounds. They'll go in here so that anytime I want to start something, there's something here, or something that I want to paint over goes in there. This is the needs work, meaning that they're almost done. Well, I guess almost done is here. So this is something that, they need something. They're not right yet. And then almost done is here, which means they need a little work, but not much. And then these are originals ready to list, which you can tell I'm kind of behind on getting those listed. Yeah, I have too many in there. And then I have another stash called Work on First. So if I have a little bit of time and these are practically done, they just need a little something, then I'll grab one of those Work on First. Then I have my scanner, which I use to scan for prints. I have the X Pen tablet that I use if I'm doing a lot of Photoshop work. And this is kind of like, I guess, what I call my fulfillment table, although it looks like it's become a bit of a catch-all. And it has my larger watercolor papers down there. But this is where I ship my paintings from. I've got my, hard cardboard mailers and tape. And again, the Ikea bins here. And then this is my little sort of setup that I take into the living room to paint in the evenings if I feel like it, which has a few colors and some brushes and a sketchbook and then some pieces, and then this black desk, which you can see is pretty much covered in paint, but that's okay. And flowers are just exploding. I don't know if spring is coming early for me. I've been working on this one. I repainted it from, you might recognize it older, and I'm getting there, but I just leave these things up when I'm thinking about what I want to do next. I think you probably saw that one. I'm going to darken the background of that one. And then this floral is the larger canvas that's on social media. My latest post, I'm really happy with that. I don't know that I'll do too much. This is Nova Color acrylic, and then I've got this, let me move the tripod, this painting table, which I really love, that I got on Amazon. And I'll put some of the links of this stuff in the description of the video. And then so the Nova Color, you probably know, is can only be purchased via mail, not in stores. And they have a Suzanne Allard bundle that I worked with them on. This is the top of my easel that, I have this painting too high so it doesn't fit. And then my palette is a glass cutting board that, rather than spend a bunch of money on a glass palette, I just use this really nice cutting board. It's got nice smooth edges, and when I remove the paint, I just give it a spritz with water, give it just even a minute or two, and then scrape it off with the blade knife that is well used. And got my brushes in a jar, and let's see here. The easel, I guess you saw, is a Carolina easel. I've had that for a while, so I don't know, but I'll do my best to put links. These big lights for photographing, and then my arm for holding the phone to do classes. And let's see here. The closet is semi-organized. I've got, generally my sprays here, my mediums here, my Nova Color paints there, I guess more mediums there. I collected a lot of stuff when a few years ago this art store went out of business, and they were just really discounting things, so I don't think it's worth going through the rest of this with you. We've got large canvases up there. This closet is very full. But anyway, I just like the layout. It feels spacious and it's working for me. So I just thought I'd share it. And of course, I started out on the kitchen table, and that's all you really need is a table and maybe some palette paper, which is just paper like this. There's links to all that kind of thing on my website at SuzanneAllard.com under supplies, but it's made for, you just use it as a palette and then toss it, and a few paints. That's how I started. You don't need any of this to start. I used to just sit at the kitchen table and then pack it all up when I was done in a box, and then get it back out when I wanted to. Oh, and there's Zoe. Say hi, Zoe. We went for a walk, so she's very tired. All right, happy creating.